What happened to survival of the fittest? If you guys don't know, ARK Survival of the Fittest was a Hunger Games styled game mode, but for ARK Survival Evolved and ARK Survival Ascended. And this released Christmas-ish of 2023, pretty much right after ASA came out. Now that's the ASA one. The first one was out with Evolved way before. I don't really have a date on that. But what happened to Survival of the Fittest? Because it seemed to just kind of disappear. And considering it had pretty phenomenal ratings, why was it abandoned? Well, today we're going to explore a little bit, and we're going to try to figure out why ARK abandoned Survival of the Fittest. ARK Survival of the Fittest is a battle royale mode for ARK Survival Ascended, pitting up to 60 combatants against each other in a fast-paced, action-packed struggle for survival, where players are ultimately pushed into an epic final showdown leading their dinosaur armies into battle. SOTF focuses on large-scale creature army confrontations, combined with an optional unique real-time strategy overlay, by using tactics and strategies to assemble a fighting force of history's most powerful perennial creatures. Only one tribe will survive. Sounds pretty badass, doesn't it? Well, yeah, not anymore. So you can still download the mod in the mods form, and you can join it on official. There are no unofficial, and there's no, there's really nowhere else to join it. But these are all the servers that we have today. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 servers. And there isn't even one person on Survival of the Fittest. Now, why did this fail? Well, let's join and see if I can even get it to function. And let's see if I can show you why it failed, because I have a pretty good reason that I think that Survival of the Fittest did fail. Now, a lot of this stuff is pretty controversial, and the controversial stuff can make you a little bit stressed out. If this also gives you a little bit of stress and anxiety, check out Mitra 9. Mitra 9 is a non-alcoholic supplement that quite literally makes you feel good. These drinks give you a high, but without the impairment. They have a ton of great flavors, my favorite being root beer. If you're looking for a new drink to replace your coffee in the morning, Mitra is the way to go. Simply go to mitra9.com and use my code OUTCAST for 25% off your entire order. Now, back to the video. So it's pretty simple. You spawned in, you made your character, and you just press create. When you join in, you respawned up here on this menu. That's kind of funny. There's a sad face on my screen. Kind of shows you. It's a little sad. Now, one of the biggest reasons why I think that this did fail, I have to turn my gamma up, it is extremely dark in here. The biggest reason why I actually feel like this failed was a couple things. First of all, the UI menu for this was a little rough. Now, I get it, it's trying to make you, make a tribe and all this. Okay, you have no access to your inventory to even make, oh, L? Okay, L. Never mind. All right, so we made a tribe. Is there a way to make this function without people? I don't know. I don't know if I can even make this function, to be honest with you. We need at least one more person on here, sadly. So I don't think it's gonna run. I'll leave it up for a second and see if we might be able to get some random to just join. But yeah, it's kind of sad. So, well, you have all these options for customizing your character and all. I mean, you got scissors, you got a paintbrush. You can equip costumes. It's about really it, to be honest. There ain't much to do. Now, this was the original, area for Survival of the Fittest. And the best part about Survival of the Fittest, well, it was free. Players were extremely hyped about that because everything has been paid. This one was free. But unfortunately, this failed pretty quickly. And I'll show you some videos about why it failed. One of the biggest reasons was actually lag. Having lag on a Hunger Games style thing where people are supposed to fight was a big issue with this and why this thing failed. Not to mention the main area that you spawn in looks a little rough. It looks a little rushed. And coming from an entire studio, it's a bit of a problem. They should have spent a little bit more time on this. Okay, so yeah, no one's joining on here, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to play to even show you anything. I did play it back then, but let's just kind of watch some videos on it. So this was the original Survival of the Fittest right here. I'll put the volume up a little bit for you guys. But it was basically the island. So they took the island and they turned it into an arena. Pretty awesome concept. I love it. But why only the island? Because let's be real, the island was not the best thing to use as a map for this. But yeah, so here's basically the same thing. This was just for Evolved. This is kind of just the trailer to show you this. But you could customize your character, you could join tribes, talk with people in game. It was pretty awesome. Then you spawn on a Quetzal, and it's basically kind of like Fortnite in a way. You have a storm, you're on a Quetzal, then you drop out of the sky and skydive down to the area. Now, why did this fail? Well, I think the biggest reason why it failed is because ARK didn't really implement anything new. It is the same failed ARK Survival of the Fittest from Evolved. I mean, you can see here, seems like a cool concept, seems pretty awesome, but the problem is that it's just kind of broken. Everything's not functional, it's not user-friendly, I'll say that. Yes, it's not bad, I love the concept of it for ARK, but they didn't spend enough time actually building this to be good, and that is the biggest reason why this failed. Now, the coolest part about this is that you could tame dinosaurs. For a survival of the fittest, you know, Fortnite-styled kind of thing, taming dinosaurs to go fight people, that's freaking awesome. Like, what? I know a lot of people that actually downloaded ARK just because of this, because they're like, wait a minute, it's a dinosaur game, but Fortnite-styled? Like, what? Yeah, very, very massive. And by the way, this actually came out before Fortnite was even a thing. So ARK actually didn't copy Fortnite. They copied the style of the Hunger Games. So if you don't know, Hunger Games was a big movie back then, and it's kind of what every company copied. Now, this was a really cool feature. It was kind of the text strider system, which you'll see on the text strider if you use it today, and it allowed you to kind of like guide a massive thing of dinos into battle. It was pretty interesting. You could also tame these bosses. The bosses were pretty overpowered. You can still do that today if you can find a server that functions. But you could literally tame bosses, go fight people, and the bosses just overpowered everything. It was a lot of fun. I played probably about 20 matches of Survival of the Fittest, and then I quit because biggest problem with it is that it's just very boring. It gets very repetitive, and there's not enough to do. It's just the same thing over and over. This was a really cool concept. I just talked about that, but how you're able to just do all this stuff. The only issue with this is that the map was too big. Now, considering you have 60 people, it wasn't horrible, but it just felt strange because it's the same thing as ARK, and that was the biggest issue. They should have made a brand new map for this, and they should have released new maps for this, kind of like what Fortnite does, and what other games do. I haven't played any other games that are like this. Fortnite's probably the biggest one that is played, and Fortnite is a really good example of why that game is doing well, is because it's extremely user-friendly. That's what players want to do. They want to play a game that is very user-friendly. If it's not user-friendly, people are not going to play it. They'll play it a couple times, then they get bored. But, gotta give it, the concept for it, amazing. Just how they accomplished it is the reason why this failed. And they just didn't dump enough time into this. So, Wildcard, if you guys are watching, I'm telling you right now, if you boot this back up, this will work. It will function, it will work again. You just have to implement new maps. You have to implement something different. It can't just be the island. It can't just be the center. It needs to be a new map. If you implement a fully new map, it might actually function pretty well. Okay, I gotta put audio down on this because they're talking. But this was the first version of it, which was actually pretty interesting. And this was the first version that I played. It was a lot of fun. This is exactly like Hunger Games. All the loot's in the middle. Everybody spawns there. Still tame bosses, do all that good stuff. Now, I want to try to find the ASA version so I can show you the difference between ASE and the ASA version, which there really wasn't a big difference. So here is a video that I found on it, and this is somebody who's actually able to get into the game. And it was a little bit of a mess in here, but the concept is still the exact same. You skydive in, the controls and everything look about the same as well, but that's exactly the problem why this failed. It's all the same. They didn't change too much. They changed it a little bit, you know, tweaked some items, added some new items, all that, but it's the same thing. And with ARK's PvP section still kind of broken, that's another reason why this failed, because, you know, when you try to shoot somebody with a shotgun and it doesn't fire, people get pretty angry, and when that keeps happening over and over, or a lag spike happens, they fall off a cliff and die, yeah, they're gonna get a little angry about that. Now, they added blood packs in here. I don't know if blood packs were the same or not. The menu for the weapons were also a little strange. It was kind of in the middle instead of on your hotbar. They should have left it exactly how it was with the regular ARK, because that system is already pretty functional and works pretty well. But the difference with this one was strictly, it was just on the new version of ARK. I don't think there's anything else, to be real with you, but the concept basically is you shoot dinos. When you take down their health fully, it basically knocks them out and they tame. And that was the point of what this was. Everybody loved this. I love this. But yeah, so as you can see here, you tame a dino, hop on it, and you're good to go. And you basically level your dinos up, or you get points or something by killing dinos to unlock the bosses, I believe. I might be a little wrong on that, but yeah, this was the concept of it. I'll skip ahead in the video a little bit, see if he goes and gets one of the big bosses. But yeah, this was the ASA version. Honestly, it was a lot of fun at first. I played it for a good bit, and I had some enjoyment out of it. I played with some friends for a bit. I didn't really make any videos on it though. I think I made one video, but it was very repetitive, and that's why Survival of the Fittest failed. I know I keep saying the same thing, but it's just, there's not much to really talk about other than this. I mean, it's about it. The biggest issue is just that PvP is broken, and that's probably one of the biggest things, and it's just not user friendly. So you fixed the PvP side of things, and you fixed, you know, how it functions and what you're doing. You changed the style up a little bit. Still have the same, you know, tame style. So you tame dinos to go fight people, get stuff in drops, you know, get better gear, get better weapons. Perfect. But you gotta use different maps. And I'm not even gonna lie, Ragnarok would be a pretty good map for this. I mean, think about it. Think about all of the layouts and stuff with Ragnarok. It would not be a bad one. I like the islands concept of it too. It does work pretty well because there's not like massive cliffs or anything. It's just too much. You got to make a new map, and I know ARK has other maps that got scrapped, by the way. If you don't know about this, there are a couple maps that they were working on that actually did get scrapped and are in the game files, sort of. They don't really, and it's not confirmed, but we can speculate about it. But there are maps that were abandoned that they could turn into Survival of the Fittest. Just saying. You could even charge money for it, but I don't think it would do well if you charge money. But if you absolutely had to charge money for the servers to run, I get that. But just saying, I mean, it would work pretty well. You just gotta fix your game first. But that's what we've been saying for years. Fix your game first, then it'll function, then people are gonna come back, especially to ARK just in general. But people will actually come back to this. Because I know there was a lot of hype around this, but even at launch on ASA, it failed. It didn't do well. It did what Aquatica did. It did pretty okay for the first couple of days, and then after about a week, it died very, very quickly. I remember watching the population go from capped servers to about 10 to 15 people per day after about a week. So yeah, a bit rough, but I mean, they just didn't really improve on this. And when you don't implement new items to kind of work with the new metas, the new styles, it's just not going to do well. I mean, simple as that. It's kind of common sense if you ask me. So Wildcard, if you are watching, please bring this back. Just please remake it and just put some time into this, because a lot of players were very excited for this, including me, and well, it didn't really do the best. I get it though. They're too focused on stuff that makes them money, and we'll probably never see a reboot for Survival of the Fittest, sadly, unless they make a third version of ARK. Who knows? It might happen in the future, but just ask Snail Games. They'll probably do that for you. But yeah, so I don't know. There's not really much else to talk about this. Hopefully ARK will bring this back, but chances of it happening are slim to none. But what do you guys think about this? I mean, I think it was a lot of fun, but leave some feedback down below in the comments. What you guys think is going to happen. You guys think that Survival of the Fittest is coming back, or is it gone for good? But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We are almost at 100,000. But anyways, thanks for watching.